Thank you, Madam Chair. So we're talking about updating an old rule that was written to protect streams that are near coal mining. And over, coal companies and their friends deny that there is a problem with coal mining leaking filth into the streams or burying creeks in waste. So I want to start at that point. Mr. Hecker, you've spent decades working on the relationship between coal mining and the condition of nearby water. And based on your years of study, can you summarize what is known about the impact of mining coal on nearby waters?
Sure. The peer-reviewed scientific research shows three things. First, mountaintop mining increases discharges of selenium, which causes fish deformities and harms fish reproduction. In West Virginia alone, 438 miles of streams are impaired by excessive selenium. Second, mountaintop mining in valley fills increase discharges of dissolved salts, which increase stream conductivity and cause biological impairment. Sensitive aquatic species are lost, and only pollution-tolerant species survive. Again, in West Virginia, over 5,000 miles of streams are biologically impaired by excessive conductivity. Third, as the scope of mining increases in a watershed, the cumulative impacts of these two types of stream impacts also increases. One study, again, peer-reviewed, published in the scientific literature, recently found that a stream becomes impaired when more than 5.4% of the land in a watershed is mined. Some watersheds in West Virginia have more than 50% of their land impacted by mining.
Wow. So in your view, does the existing rule, the rule we've got right now that the Department of Interior is trying to update, sufficiently protect water sources?
No, it does not. It does not reflect any of the current science that I just spoke about, like selenium and conductivity.
All right, so I think the science is clear on what you're saying here. The damage that coal mining can cause to surrounding waters, to the wildlife that depend on those waters, is well documented, and it is serious. And I'm glad that the administration is taking this action, although I think the rule could be improved, particularly by safeguarding areas immediately surrounding streams and making sure that water quality standards are actually enforceable. While the rule is a step in the right direction, let's not kid ourselves that the scope of this rule, what kind of impact it's going to have on the coal industry. There are huge problems that this rule doesn't even try to address. For example, peer-reviewed studies have found that surface coal mining is connected to higher levels of cancer, birth defects, heart disease, and a long list of other health problems for those who live nearby. One researcher found that after controlling for other factors, increased mortality rates in regions with mountaintop removal translates to about 1,500 additional deaths every year. Many of these serious problems stem from the effect of mining on air quality and not just water quality. So let me ask, Assistant Secretary Schneider, does the stream protection rule attempt to address the impact of mining on air quality?
Senator, this is a rule about water quality primarily. The Congress in 1977, after passage of the Clean Water Act in 1972, looked at the situation and felt that more needed to be done. This proposed rule seeks to further the purposes of SMACRA as set out in that statute by Congress.
So, Assistant Secretary, I'm not trying to give you a hard time about it other than to say there's also a problem with air quality, and does this rule do anything about that? I'm just talking about how limited this rule is.
Senator, you are right. I mean, the rule is narrowly constrained towards the water quality.
Okay, so this is a very narrow rule. It's not doing anything about air quality. Let me ask one more point, and that's the question about climate change. We know that coal mining and other forms of fossil fuel extraction put more greenhouse gases into the air, which increases climate change. Is this proposed rule designed in any way to reduce the greenhouse gas impact of coal mining?
Senator, this is not a greenhouse gas rule and is not designed for that purpose.
All right, so it seems to me that a strong stream protection rule will make a real difference in protecting areas immediately surrounding coal mining. But this rule does not cover some of the most devastating public health effects of mining, and it doesn't cover climate change. The industry reflexively attacks even the most limited efforts to address these problems, and they are doing that with the newly proposed rule. But updating a 30-year-old rule is the least of what we should be doing. It is a modest step in the right direction, but a step that still doesn't address some of the most severe health and environmental consequences of coal mining. I thank the administration for taking these steps, but I urge the administration to do more. Thank you.